Okay, cool. So thanks everybody for joining us. So I'd like to introduce who we've got on the call. We've got Max, who runs operations for us. We've got Nikolai, who's our project manager, head of project management. He's in St. Petersburg, same as Igor, who's our CFI lead. We've got Ravi, aka Joshua, who's one of our amazing marketing guys. We've got Nick, who's like a degen hacker. He's somewhere that he can't disclose. We've got Amadeo, who might be in New York. We've got Tatiana, who's our website, our lead dev. And we've got Elsa, who's going to turn on her screen. So thanks everybody for joining us. So one of the big announcements we've got is today we signed to create the company. So Fluid Finance is legally established in Switzerland. So I established it myself just over an hour ago or so with about 1 million francs worth of ETH. So we're super excited about it. It's officially established. So we're signing contracts with all of our employees and suppliers and going ahead. So that's going to be registered in the Registre du Commerce here in Geneva next week. So we put it in an urgent requisition to have the company registered. So you will see all the details coming up soon. So, okay, more interestingly, why don't we have an overview of the tech from how about Igor? Do you want to talk, give us an overview of developments in the last week on the tech side?
Everyone is smiling because they don't really want me to talk because it can take too long, but I will try to be brief. Even though actually a lot of stuff happened in the past weeks, you have seen the downtime yesterday when we done the cross-show migration of our testing environment. At least our beta test users have seen it. And actually, maybe let me share my screen for a second. Now you, oh no, I'm not able to. Well, whatever, there is now a status page or on icon. So there's now a status page called status at fluidfi.ch, which shows our services are online. You can see we had some downtime on some of our services, blah, blah, blah. But most importantly, we had the maintenance on the testing environment, which you have access to. And all of the updates regarding the future maintenance will be posted on this page. Potentially on our Twitters too, but yeah, that's the point. A lot of things happened on that maintenance. Most importantly, we switched to the new authentication layer. Currently, MFA is not enabled yet, but finally, this allows us to do much more than we had before. You will see a lot of improvements, I hope, for the stuff that you mentioned on the beta support channel, for the emails being vague, the page being a little tricky to use, some buttons weren't there, etc., etc. So everything has changed there. It will not be perfect for maybe some minor time, but now it's so much easier for us to handle and change and extend. So we'll be able to do those things that we mentioned before much quicker and nicer. That's not the only thing. We changed a lot of structure of our internal things, components, databases, etc. We changed the way our treasury accounts works, etc. These are all internal things, but a lot of the bug fix were there. So it should probably improve your experience a lot once you have access to a new beta version. And that's it. See, I wasn't so long.
Perfect, Igor. That's really, really nice, man. And yeah, like everybody that didn't test the beta yet, go and test it and see what you like and think about it. Soon, also, we're testing with real money. And we're actually transferring real fiat around to different accounts and actually trying to mint, like the next step, real fiat USD and put that in 3 curve pools, fiat USD, 2 curve pools on Arbitrum. So that is next, but that ETF for that is not 100% sure, but it's soon. And also I contacted everybody that had some issues with their wallets. Some people had an Argent wallet and Trust wallet, and we all fixed their issues of getting the airdrop. So that's all fixed. And if anybody has any issues with seeing the airdrop in their Arbitrum address, just reach out to me personally or reach out to Ravi, and we'll.
Cool, that's great. And so we've got, we'll announce it over the coming weeks. We've got some pretty amazing people testing our web app, which we're Yeah, we're really humbled that some of these, really impressive people are testing the app and seem to like it. So it's really great. So details to come. Is there anything else on the development side for the web app, for the mobile app? Nikolai, Amadeo?
Yeah, we did make quite a few changes to the web app. We have now transaction details screens. We have revamped the Mint and Redeem UI based on some feedback from the beta testers. We have added some inactivity logouts. So if you leave your account unattended, it will log you automatically out. We now support Wallet Connect. If you don't want to use MetaMask, you can now use a different wallet. And we added a support widget. So if you have any issues, you can contact us directly from the web app.
Not only issues, but any ideas as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good chat group, right, in Telegram of the testers. So would love to hear the feedback. So that's cool. Also, we're happy to hear feedback on the website. So we see a few comments in the group chat, but you can put it in the group chat, or you can DM Tatiana, who's our cool web developer. You can DM her directly if you've got ideas. And if you'd like to star in on the website, we're really trying to be that community-driven company where we're not using like stock photography and stuff, but we're actually using, real people from our community. So we are looking for people to step forward, particularly over time, as we'll really get into using it and give testimonials. So more of that will come. So, all right, Ravi, Amadeo, Nick, do you want to talk about the exit mechanism?
Maybe Nick wants to talk about that. And also we decided on a ceiling price.
Sure, I can run through the tech side. So one of the reasons why we chose the setup we will do is that we wanted everybody to get out at a fair and equal price. So it will not be the bots or the early people who happen to not be asleep at the time it starts that will get the best price, and everybody who comes after has a worse price. But there will be a ceiling price in case very few people want to exit. That's the maximum price you will get for your fluid. And then the more people that want to sell, the more price will go down, but everybody will get a fair and equal price once they do exit.
And so the ceiling, we've decided on the ceiling price. So the ceiling price will be $2 a share, or $2 a token. So that's what we think is a fair. I mean, we actually think is obviously a price that we would buy at. So that's what we think is a good price. So more details will be set out. We have some legal issues that we're working through on the mechanism, but we've decided on $2 a share, $2 a fluid token. So Amadeo, is there anything else you would add for the mechanism?
Yeah, so we're still working, as Robert said, a little bit on some legal issues, but when it goes live, we have a ceiling price of €2. So that means that everybody can put in that wants to rage quit, so that doesn't like what we're doing or doesn't agree. They can rage quit and they can get they can basically sell their fluid for $2 a piece. But there's going to be a curve. So this means that if let's say there is X amount of ETH in the pool, and then if everybody at the same time wants to leave, that's fine. But then the price will trend down, and basically the price will be equal to anybody in the pool. But the starting price is $2, and it will trend down if there's a lot of people that want to rage quit. But the starting price is going to be at $2, which we think is fair. And that's basically before the token sale. So there's a lot of interest. Maybe Robert can talk a bit about that, but there's a lot of interest in people that want to basically want to buy shares in the company, I think, right, Robert? And we want to make it open for everybody. So that's why we're doing a token sale, and then let's see what's coming out of that. So it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, we've indicatively agreed a number of investments into the company that give it substantial support for a long time to come. but like, there's no special deals for for certain groups. It's, this is my objective always was to try and have a community-driven organization. So this is, there are going to be some private sales, and that price is going to be exactly the starting price for the public sale that we're going to have in the future. So we'll come up with those details. But fluid finance is never going to compete with the global banking industry unless we develop a community of people globally. So that's the idea. So it's designed to be, built and owned by you. I really appreciate, like, so many of you are here. It's a very small group, a couple hundred of us. I really hope that in the future, people who stick with us will look back and be like, it's kind of cool. Lots of ups and downs, a real startup experience, but it evolved from that small group of believers, and that's what we're looking to grow. So yeah, I was in London this week, meeting with partners and investors and planning our marketing campaign for the next month or so. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff to come. And what I'm really most proud about is that the company needs to be judged on its product. Not on some like PowerPoint presentation, not on some like CEO trying to make a speech. This is really this is a grassroots organization. So the product that we've built has been built by a lot of people who've joined from the community. You're looking at a couple of them, right? You're looking at Nick, who was a community member, and Amadeo was a community member and invested first with me, Ravi as well. I'm just really humbled that that people believe in the vision, but really it's the community that's going to make this special. So details on the sale, that's going to come. But if you really want to know what this company is all about, you need to test the web app. You need to test the mobile app, which is coming. And I think it's mind-blowing. I was with Currency Cloud, who's the infrastructure provider and also underpins a number of other fintechs, on that side of the architecture. And I keep trying to figure out how many currencies we can do, because I keep saying 25, and they corrected me that it's actually 32 currencies now that we can do. And there's some amazing places where we're going to be able to offer INR, which is in Indian rupees soon. So it's there's a lot of really cool stuff to come. So anyway, the price is going to be the same for everybody, whether you're rage quitting or whether you're the little guy who wants to invest in something that is perhaps the bank alternative that's going to disrupt the entire financial system. So, okay, well, what else? Do we have anything else from the tech side? We don't need to make these AMAs too long. We'll just kind of get some announcements out. Is there anything else? Elsa, do you have any particular message for the French community?
What I would like to add there as well, I think I posted in our Telegram group, is that what Elon Musk also says, when your customers want you to be successful, you will succeed, right? So we want to be a community first bank, and we really want to listen to the community. And also very important, the DeFi Bridge DAO, for example, which more information is about to come about that, is that we take parts and protocols of the banking system we're building and connecting it to DeFi and trying to open source and trying to include, trying to make protocols or DAOs as much as possible. So DeFi Bridge will be one, or maybe later we have other DAOs to connect as well, maybe a saving product DAO or other DAOs. And that is what I want to say. If you have any ideas in the forum, it's picking up again. So there's a whole forum area there. So if you have any proposals or any ideas about maybe something that we can do, place it there, and then we can have more in-depth discussions. Of course, on Discord or Telegram or Twitter, we can have very short, short discussions, and on the forum we can go more in depth, also technically. And I would happy to jump in there to talk about anybody's ideas or see how we can implement or plan any of the ideas that the community has.
That's great.
And I want to remind that we are still searching for talented people. If you are super cool Golang developer, if you're super cool Vue.js developer or QA engineer, QA automation engineer, please join us. We have Elsa.
And
this cannot be the argument every week,
But on
Next
that,
week, it's going to be that we have Igor. Don't worry.
Exactly. But I'm really excited that, like, I mean, I've just been so overwhelmingly busy these last few weeks, but like we have more people joining from the community because we have Amazon Prime Wolverine. I'm not sure that's his real name, but he's joining as he's got a doctorate in computer science, and he is what's that?
Alex.
Alex, yeah, I know. But he's like, so yeah, so I don't know if what's his name revealed. So, but yeah, so he's joining us next week. So it's amazing. Somebody else to help with the TradFi integrations, because I'm signing up more and more of these TradFi side of things just to drive the CFi integration team crazy. So we've got like integration we're going to do in the United States for bank accounts in the United States. And then we've got banking coming in Singapore, Hong Kong, Australia, and Japan. And I'm trying to figure out some other places as well. So yeah, the team is definitely hiring. So if you can program in Golang or Vue.js or whatever, what else? Flutter, Solidity.
Yeah, that's it. Flutter, Solidity, Vue.js, Golang, gRPC. Any of these skill sets that you have, or if you're maybe an aspiring junior and have like a broad skill set, we would love to, motivation is key to learn everything. So if you want to learn and if you want to join us, that would be great. At Amazon Prime Wolverine, Alex Spelling, we yesterday had like an onboarding call. We went over all the documentation. He's actually learning now Golang. He came with a Java background and now he's learning Golang. So he starts more like in a junior stance and works his way up, and he has a PhD in computer science, so I think he picks up things very fast. And the most important thing, he's like super motivated and super excited, and that's, I think, the most important thing to have if we want to push forward.
Okay, we have I know I missed a call with Nikolai about the savings products that we're trying to develop. So we moved it to after this AMA. We're trying to keep our AMAs short and to the point. So what else do we have? I mean, I can't see questions, but do we have questions? Probably there's some I can't respond to, but would like to. But is there, Max? Do you see some questions?
A lot of questions about the exit mechanism, but there's also one about competition from CBDCs.
Yeah, that's not competition. that's Kodak. That's Kodak, man. That's we're gonna. It's like they're gonna have their Kodak moment. Big banks and central banks, and the central banks are actually kind of interesting because they're not going to put. Central banks with CBDCs, they're not going to put people like us at risk. They're going to put commercial banks at risk. So commercial banks are being attacked. It's like Bill Gates said, commercial banks are dinosaurs, and we're going to make sure that that they are the dinosaur. That's for sure. CBDCs are interesting, but they're not competing. They're not competing with us, to be honest. I don't think so.
They are also not going to be ready anytime soon. So
they're going to be ready in 5 years. You know how slow it moves in crypto, right? We're going to wait for them.
Well, the thing is, China is actually pretty advanced. We have to be, and China is more advanced than any of the CBDCs, and they actually will have smart contracts as well. Well, the thing is that I think China's kind of ahead and other ones are a little bit ahead, but they will not outcompete the innovation and the speed that we will, as a decentralized community, will have. And also, I think the most decentralized version will win over time. That's my opinion.
And Amadeo and I, like usual, think exactly the same. So couldn't have said that better. The price details, the price mechanism, we'll have to get back to you next week. We've decided, I mean, it's my responsibility. I've decided the buyout price. I think $2 a share is a good deal. So we're going to stick with that. And other details are to come. Like, I really hate saying all the time details are to come. It makes me kind of feel sick, but I can only move so fast. Like, this is like, we're building in both architectures. This is a complex situation. I'm really incredibly indebted to our entire team. You know, like we have an amazing tech team, we have an amazing multidisciplinary team as well. Like you don't see some of the stars, like, you know, back-end team, you see Igor, who was here and got to talk for a while, but he's like, you know, does an incredible job on the back end. But like, you know, we have like Mei Wen leading legal, we have Sheila on compliance, we have Simon on insurance, like particularly the legal team and our external legal team. We have like Damien and Guillaume. We have Jan, our accountant. We have like, you know, we have our auditor, Raphael. We have like our notary. I mean, we have people who have been working like crazy for the last 2 weeks to establish Fluid Finance. It's the first time any company has ever been set up in Switzerland, funded in ETH. It's the first time any company that is going to apply for a banking license has been set up like this, with the express intention of basically merging, uniting these two worlds. So I really appreciate, like, our teams have worked day and night, you know, for the last 2 weeks under some pretty difficult circumstances and some pretty unpleasant messages that we've all received. And we also like received some nice messages of support. So, you know, we're doing our best. So all I can say is like, yeah, details are to come. We've implemented a policy of like radical transparency across the company. So you're going to see it, the good and the bad, you know, like that's real life. If you're kind of looking for the glossy brochure, perfect, you know, look, you know, I mean, that's not us, but I don't think that's real life either. So this is going to be built before your eyes. So once we have full details of the exit mechanism, we'll get it to you. So just please bear with us. We're doing our best. Are there any other questions, Max, that we can answer?
I saw the question about ETA of mobile application, and I hope we want to to launch it with virtual cards, and I hope it will be somewhere in December, if everything will be okay. Yeah.
Is that with card? But can we launch with cards before that? My job is to be really pushy. I mean, I saw there was another. I just saw it on the plane. You did another like you did another whatever like update to the test flight version. It looks amazing.
We'll do our best to launch as soon as possible, of course. But yeah, we should understand the risks with a lot of integrations with our partners. So let's think it's beginning of December, but we'll try to do it as soon as possible.
Okay. Anything else?
Just questions regarding the exit mechanism.
We'll get back. We'll get back to you. Well, one of the things that we're doing is we're pressing ahead to apply for a bank license, Licence Bancaire Light, here in Switzerland. So what I was thinking of doing is organizing a call. All of our advisors are here in Switzerland. Part of the team is led by this guy Guillaume. He has a doctorate in Swiss law. He has a law degree from Stanford in the United States. So he's an American lawyer and a Swiss lawyer. And we have like, yeah, we have 2 law firms. We have maybe 8 or 9 people that are working on that. It's all French speaking. So well, one of the things we were thinking of doing was to opening up that as kind of like a discussion with our French community for people who are interested in, like, you know, we're talking about radical transparency. So you can hear us like get into the details of like what the bank will look like, the tax implications, all that other stuff. So we'll probably do that as soon as we can. So we appreciate our French community putting up with us just speaking in English, but this is something that we would do completely in French. So, all right, if there's nothing else, let's let everybody go. You know, please bear with us on the exit mechanism. We will publish all those details as soon as we can.
Yeah, it was the last question in YouTube. I think it is very fast about biometric in application. Yeah, it's already implemented. Face ID and fingerprint. Our cool front-end developers, mobile developers, Bart and Leonid, they are not present here now, but they are doing their best and use the most modern technologies to create great mobile application.
Yeah, maybe something to add there as well. Like, of course, we have biometric authentication, but we're also actually looking at ways to outdoor security. So to add to that, we also are looking like, okay, how can we maybe authenticate your wallet, the web app with a MetaMask signature if you do transfers, etc., in just with your fiat. So that's another addition that no other bank has. Like we really merge the DeFi side and the CeFi side like that, I guess.
So I demoed what Galina had created. So Galina is our amazing UX designer, and she's like obsessed with how human beings interact with technology. And so she translates kind of like, you know, the engineering, nerdy, geek talk that she gets from Nikolai and Igor and Amadeo and Nick and whatever into something that's really cool and sexy for the front end. So I actually demonstrated like the exchange functionality that we have, where you can just drag and drop like, you know, whatever, like dollars to euros to Currency Cloud when I saw them in London, and they were like, wow, we've never seen this before. This is really cool. Like it's, you know, it's really interesting. So they were like, yeah, they really liked it. So there's kind of like there's some really cool like front end UI UX stuff that we're doing that like Currency Cloud's like, I haven't seen anybody do that. Just like, yeah, just like they said, I haven't seen anybody kind of like bridge like CeFi and DeFi like this. So anyway, there's some cool stuff coming. So thanks everybody. We really appreciate you sticking with us and believing in us. And there's you know, we're working as hard as we can to make this happen, like, you know, just as soon as we can. So thanks again. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody in the team for like working day and night to make this happen in just a few weeks. It's really incredible.